What's going on, everyone? This is Ripper, back with the final part of my Pitfall tutorial series. If you missed the previous part or any of the previous 3 parts, feel free to check them out in the description. So now we come to Mountain Sled Run. So, Ripper, you must be asking, don't we usually need raft to get down this? Well, the game just gives it to us. Don't ask me why it does. So obviously the quickest way is to go here and just dive down the slope, and we're going to do some mountain sled run. So there is a bit of a glitch here, and I'm going to try and show it to you over this first jump. So normally we just jump. You can just jump, you press A and you jump and you take some damage because you suck. If you spam A here, and I'm trying to get it for you, and I was showing this off on my stream the other night, but you can get some very, very, very good height. If you want to learn the optimal route through this, watch some of my runs because they get the optimal route, but I'll show you the easy route. So you press A there, get up here. This is effectively an auto-scroller as long as you don't die or fall off. So don't do either of those things. And you can do stuff like cut this corner here. There's a lot of optimization to be done here, and you can even skip this jump here. Just like that. Make sure you take the shortcut here. Bank off this right wall, tap A there, and make sure you don't fall off this end section. And we can just press A here, and we'll fly over to the shaman here. And one big thing here, make sure you buy the right thing. Okay, and after going down here, activating it, we go to Apu Alapu Shrine, otherwise known as Spingers. So Spingers are probably the biggest RNG in the entire run, and they can be incredibly frustrating, especially if you're on a good run and Spingers will just not cooperate. However, I'm going to show you a few tricks here to make your Spingers more consistent, faster, and just overall better, because no one likes bad RNG in runs. So Spingers start from the very moment you're going to enter here. So we're going to go in, and you've got to be on your game. So make sure you're spamming A as you come in. We got 2 Spingers ahead of us. We're going to run, punch, punch, and we get 2 straight away. I'm going to pause there because the next bit's very important. So I'm going to show you that again because it is that important. You need to get these 2 or else you're going to have a bad time. So we're going to spam A to skip the cutscene. I'm going to punch, punch. Now that is actually harder than it looks. It is harder than it looks to get that angle. To kill the rest of the Spingers, you just need to break dance. And unfortunately, this can be very tedious. The best way is when they get either caught in here, because then you can just break dance them, or over here. Alternatively, it's when they get caught in this pond, you can just kind of hit them as they go. Unfortunately, Spingers love, you can get them stuck in here. They love to bounce off your breakdance. Maybe he'll do it for me, or just barely dodge you, and he actually did both of them there. This is why Spingers are RNG, because sometimes they will just bounce off your breakdance. So after killing this last guy here, which we're going to get him, we need to immediately run as fast as we can over here. We're going to punch this dude, and we're going to punch these 3. And you see we got all 4 there. Now, ideally, you want to hit all 4 of these guys. Sometimes it will not be possible. Hitting all 4 of these guys will go a long way to ensuring that this is as little RNG dependent as possible. Because now you have 1 guy left to hit, and you're going to have a much better time than if you have 2 or even 3 guys running around. So make sure you're there to hit those 4 guys, and you're going to have a much better time. And we'll meet one of the coolest characters in the game. And as Harry said, get our TNT. Okay, so TNT is the last required item of the game. We are all equipped to now defeat St. Clair's Excavation Camp and then defeat the final boss of the game. So we need to now run as fast as we can back to Flooded Courtyard, which holds the entrance to St. Clair's Excavation Camp. So let's do it. TNT, blow that up, and we'll roll into there to avoid any ledge grab. So now you may be thinking, well, obviously we're going to go back the way we came. Now I would highly recommend not doing that if you have done Monkey Temple skip. If you completed Monkey Temple like normal, feel free to go the normal way. It's actually the quickest way. If you did Monkey Temple skip, if you go back through 20 outposts, unfortunately, you will soft lock on the door at Flooded Courtyard. Your run is dead. So unfortunately, we need to go sort of the long way. I call it an alternate route. So we're going to dash this way off this platform, and we're going to find ourselves Penguin Den. So the way through Penguin Den is a little tricky. These penguins can be very, very tough if they knock you into the water and you only have 5 health. So I'm going to jump and again, can get really tricky. You want to jump over to this rock here. Best way to deal with these penguins is generally just to jump over them. And I'm not going to give you an exact route. I'm just going to go the way I normally do. If you find a better way, go for it. And avoiding these slippery floors is pretty easy done by just consistently jumping. Ignore the penguin, just jump over them. And there's a little quick way. If you want to dive over there, grab there. And roll into the ladder, and we're done. So Ladder of Miles, another very, very easy level. Easy heal there if you want. And make sure we're jumping up there. We'll blow these 2 up. And for some reason, while you can't dash, Harry is trying to dash there. See how he gets like 1 little frame of dash as I press the button? You can use that to dive. For some reason, the game is programmed that way. Go figure. So now we need to make our way back all the way over to Jungle Trail and do it all over again. I'll just show you the way now. And this Mama Olo's tower skip, much easier when you have dive. So now Jungle Trail Part 2, made much easier now that we have dash. And you'll see how much easier this is when we're just dashing through it and not having to worry about any of these dudes. So this next bit can also be a little tricky, but there are tricks to it. So we don't want to go through that dark room again. There's not really a point going through there. It's actually slower in the long run. We don't want to do that. You can if you want, but don't. So we're going to come to here, and normally we need pickaxes, but we're not going to do that. We're going to jump up here, we're going to go up here, and we're going to just kind of keep double jumping. And you see one of these scorpions will come up eventually. You have to be far enough right so these scorpions will come up, and once you've got enough height, we jump over left, and we're up here, roll into the crack, and we're in the top entrance of Flooded Courtyard. Now it's just a matter of running over to St. Clair's Excavation Camp. Okay guys, now we come to one of the probably more inventive levels in the game, but also one of the trickiest. So this is St. Clair's Excavation Camp. So obviously every game needs a stealth mission, right? Because everyone just loves stealth missions. Basically, we have to do a stealth mission here. So in a quote-unquote normal run, normally we'd have to go all the way around, collect every item. There are 2 problems with that. 1, we won't be able to switch off our items because we never got that ability in the game. And 2, the fact that it's just really slow. So we have a few tricks to get around this. So we'll start by punching this, and it says you have to tilt lightly to sneak past these guards. You really do not have to tilt lightly to sneak past these guards. So I'll just show you what I mean. So with this guard up here, we can just run up and just kick him. As long as you're accurate with your kick, there's almost no chance of these guards catching you. Okay, so going from the start, we kick through here and we're going to run over to this gate. Now this floor has some weird properties, so if you'll see, and if I can get rid of that text prompt, we're going to roll, put a hitbox in the corner, and you'll see as we're running, Harry's legs are kind of going through the ground. Well, if we just tap dash, we can make his legs go through the ground a little more. Tap dash again, and you can see we go right through the floor, but we don't want to be out here, so we're going to quickly reset again. So once again, we're going to go to here, we're going to tap roll, let it go, dash for a little bit, dash for a little bit, and just when he's feet through the floor, we click roll, and we'll just go through the floor, because that puts Harry's hitbox about halfway down his body so we can go through the floor, and we are out of bounds under the floor just here. So I'll show you that once more. Roll in the corner, dash a few times, and as soon as you sunk to about here, you can roll. Ooh, a little bit more. So go back into the corner, dash a little bit more, and then we can roll through. So just keep trying until you click through the floor. So this next bit is a little tricky. So we're going to get Harry's look mode over here. We see a little gap on the floor right there. We just need to jump over this little gap and land on the other side of it. This is harder than it looks, especially when you're going blind with an uncooperative camera. So you just got tap, jump, and just like that. It's very hard to see. We'll get free cam mode, and we can just see, even harder to see with free cam mode, you get to see Harry just standing on the outside there. So due to all the out of bounds we're doing in this level, the camera is extremely uncooperative. Unfortunately, you have to just kind of deal with it. There's not many fixes to it. It's all about feel this level. So once we've done this, we're going to go this way, dash a bit, and we're just staying out of bounds here. We can just walk around here. We go to the left, and we see this bit of water here. And you can see there's some weirdness where Harry goes invisible. That's normal, more or less. Don't be alarmed if he does it. It does happen. So we just walk forward, and we can just swim in this water here. Now, a side effect of being in water out of bounds is you can swim wherever you want. So even though there's no water here, because Harry is in water, technically, he can just swim anywhere. Okay, so make sure we stick to about this line we're going here. If you go too far right or too far left, the guards can see you and will catch you. So then we come to probably the hardest bit, and that's because Harry is completely invisible. So as you can see, we've swum to this exact part here, and you can see Harry is standing on solid ground. So what we need to do here, and this is the trickiest bit, we need to get Harry on this side of the wall. So you see his head's in there. We need to be on the, looking here, we need to be on the right side of that wall because we need to jump to this bit of grass here. If you're on the left side, you'll touch the wall and you clip back in bounds, not something we want to do. So if we're far enough in the wall here, we jump, and we land here. Now, if Harry is too low there, it is possible to jump and fall out of bounds. So on your first few tries of this, make sure of it. Make sure Harry's standing in the right spot. He's got his 2 feet on the ground. Do a big double jump to there. And even so, because Harry is here, you can kind of see sometimes Harry has clipped into the ground. That's an easy fix. You just have to do a nice full jump, and Harry resets his foot position to the ground there. And that is important for the next part here. So the last part here is quote unquote the easiest part in my opinion, but can still go wrong. So we just need to jump to this platform over here. You can rising strike to it, or you can just do a nice double jump to it. So what do we do now? Well, we've got a gas crate in front of us and a torch puzzle, quote unquote, after that. So we need these 2 items in this room to get past that. So we're going to go grab that. But there are guards in the way. So how do we get past the guards? We'll get to that bit in a sec. But for now, just know we have 1 guard in front of us. We have 1 guard patrolling over here who is not loaded in. Let's see if we just can quickly load him in for you guys. Yep, you can see him patrolling here, just going out of view there. And if we rotate our camera once again, we can see the other guard. He makes a lap around this tent here, and he'll go to the left here. Yeah. So the default position of these guards is something I'll show you in the full run. They all have a preset position. It is tied to a global clock. So even if these guys are unloaded, they're still moving. So if you don't quite get to these guys as fast, just be aware that they can be in slightly different positions, so don't get put off by that. Okay, so how do we beat these guys? Well, it's a really advanced technique known as running up and punching them in the face, just like that. And you can see I was easily able to punch that guy. I was actually even a little imprecise, had to punch twice. He still didn't see me. These guys are blind as a bat, really. So the initial position of the first guard is about where I'm standing here. The initial position of the second guard is actually further up and around here, and you'll see that in a second when I do the full run through of this section. So once you've dashed to about here, killed this guard, make sure we're just walking here, around here, and we can grab our torch. On the exit to this, make sure we're hugging the right wall here, and we don't have to sneak, but we just can't dash. Right around here, and we can see this last guard who just patrols here. He'll just walk up and down this section. You can easily run up and smack him in the face. Then we come around to this hut here. We grab our gas mask, we equip our gas mask, and we've got another baddie here. All we have to do is run up and hit him as well. Now the last part is easy. Dash through the gas mask, listen to Harry's advice, light one, light the other, put the torch away, and dash in here. And this last room is quite easy. There is some optimization, but basically we hit this crate, jump up on the ledge here, hit this crate, grab that, jump in here, grab our canteen, jump here, and you kind of get the point. The best way to grab these crates, is you do a punch and then jam forward on both sticks. So if you do a punch, there's a lot of ending lag before you can grab, but if you jam forward on the stick, you can see we can do it immediately. So that's the best way to do this. And let's grab our last one and watch our cutscene. Okay, so now we've got to the end of this bit. All we have to do is grab our TNT, and we get to do the last part of this level. So the last part of this level has a few optimizations, which I'll show you now. So we've got our TNT out here, blow this up, do a little spin kick to stop bonking your head. Once this is blown up, you can just run through. We don't even have to jump over this gap, we can just run through. And either you can blow up this TNT, or what I like to do is, if they're being cooperative, let them do it for you. Now usually that's a lot faster, but if done properly, it is the most efficient way. Okay, now I'm going to try and commentate my way through this level. Just trying to do it live and trying not to mess up. So we'll do this. Jump over the little bit there. Oh, almost fell off there. Doesn't need to quite be precise. Dash into the water here. Do some swimming, making sure we stay on about this line again. That guard to the left can catch you, and the guard on the right can catch you if you're not careful there. So just be aware. Okay, about here. Lucky he didn't fall out of bounds. Up here. Kill this guy. This guy will be about here, as I said before. So that's the default position when you get here. Just walk around the howler monkey, and this guy's about here. Grab our gas mask. Equip the gas mask. This guy's here. Run through. And we're pretty much home free now. So do that. Got to put the torch away. I always forget that bit. Grab our canteen. I know this looks very easy when I'm doing it, but it can be tricky to pull off. And it's one of the levels I'd recommend you practice a little bit, just because this can kill your runs if you've done them properly. Early on runs, it doesn't really kill them, but once you get better and better, this can be a real heart-pumping stage to complete. So let's finish it off here for you guys, and we'll move on to the last part of the run. Oh, got to equip the TNT first, don't I? Didn't quite get the jump there, which is unfortunate. And I'll do it the way I liked it. Oh, that was very unfortunate. That never happens. Alright, we're a bit low on health, so I'm going to do the safe way. So just do the safe way there, take a little bit of damage, that's fine. And we'll move on to Flooded Courtyard. Okay guys, so the next couple of minutes of the run is essentially just running as fast as we can to the final boss level. So I'm going to try and attempt to live commentate a lot of it. So again, with what I mentioned in the other ones, feel free, and that is a quick way to dive there, but feel free to figure out your own paths through these levels. I'm not necessarily going the fastest path. This is just kind of what I do. So just over there, grab the heal if we want, but we're ballsy, so we're not going to grab the heal. Grab the torch out here. Go into here. And the reason you grab the torch out early is because if you do, the area lights up immediately. So we can just run through here, and run through here I said, and then we can even rising strike up to there. And yeah, this whole area is just to test your fast platforming skills. If you're looking to squeeze some time out of your run, you can actually squeeze like seconds out of this if your movement's just slightly better at times. So this next bit can be a little tricky, so I'm just going to go over it with you guys right now. So we need to jump all the way over to this part here because the entrance to the final boss is over to the right there, over the coals. Now there is an easy way, and that is you can jump over to this bridge and then simply jump around the tower there. Of course, that's not the quick way, is it? No, of course not. The quick way is to make a nice running jump over here. Now this can be a little tricky. As I've explained before with Mama Olo Tower, kind of bringing back the theme here, you do need to run over the air just a little bit, and just enough so you can get over the other side, but enough so you don't fall in without being able to dive. The shortest distance is basically where I'm standing to these rocks straight ahead of us. If you're feeling really ballsy, you can jump over to the right there, but generally it's better to aim for the middle of these three rocks here. So we'll line ourselves up and try and give it a crack here. So we're going to dash over this a bit and dive at last second. And we even did it without the ledge grab. So that's the ideal, doing it without the ledge grab just like that. Now this trick is hard, and it's very hard to do at full speed. I'm not going to go too much in depth through it, but just know if you do fail and fall in the water, you can always get eaten by a croc. because these crocs will always put you right back at the last spot you fell off. Enough of this silly little platforming though. Let's go find a final boss, hey? Let's do it. Okay, so I lied. We do have a little more platforming here. So the platforming in this level looks trickier than it actually is. It's actually not that hard at all. So we'll just jump up here. Now, if you can spin kick up here, feel free, because that avoids a ledge grab. And every ledge grab you avoid, you're saving yourself 1 or 2 seconds. So like we can spin kick up here. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, so we have to do the ledge grab. Up here, this is exactly as you do in the normal game. Just dive over there. You can dive over there just to avoid hitting your head. And normally you'd have to go over to the left here. But we can do a little skip here. So if you line yourself up, the safest way is to line yourself up right where Harry's head is with the left side there. But if you're feeling ballsy, you can go further right towards that water pool there. But I'll show you the basic way. Just run over a little bit and dive. And it's a pretty easy jump. But in the heat of the moment, it is not too hard to actually fall down. So just be wary of that. So we'll continue on and we come to this firewall here. Now, the safe way to get over this is to rising strike and just simply jump over like that. Easy way. But if you'll notice the pattern of these flames, you'll notice that the middle one actually goes off. There is a set pattern to this flame. So go middle, left, middle, right. So it kind of goes to the middle, then doubles back and then comes up again just to trick you. So if you know where the middle one's not going, you can just dive through nice and easy. If you want to learn the pattern, feel free to be my guest, but the safe way is always there for you. So now enough actual talking, let's actually go fight a boss. So boy, have I got a treat for you. We don't have just one final boss for you today, but 2. So we're going to go straight ahead here and we're going to fight our good friend, the Jaguar, once more. Except, one, it's going to be harder, and yeah, that's about it. It's just harder. So this looks familiar, doesn't it? So basically, we have 5 health. You can see we got fully healed. And we have a big Jaguar in front of us. So the easiest way is literally the same way as we beat him last time. So the best way is to stay close to him. So I'm jumping on top of him now. And you can see he's not doing much. But if you get away from him, see how he dies like that. Now that's bad, because if you jump towards him, he knocks you down just like that. The way to stop him diving is to stay as close to him at all times as possible. So now we'll just stay nice and close to him. You want him to do that swipe instead, just like that. And you can see as long as you stay close to him, he'll never pounce at you. He'll never do that dangerous pounce. Just like that. And I'm showing my age here, obviously. But I'll show you that again just now. Okay, so I'm going to dash towards him, do an instant spin kick. And optimally, you can kind of hit him around to the left here. Hit him back in bounds. Never let him get out of bounds. I missed that one. Now this is a really, really nice Jaguar fight here. He's only got away from us once. That was a really good Jaguar fight. You can do it like that. You're doing well. But now we run into the real boss of the game. And this is Puska. And first off, I'm going to go through and explain what Puska can do. So we're going to look at Puska. He's going to fire some stuff at us. You can hide behind pillars to do this. So just some of Puska's mechanics. He has a few different attacks and a few really, really annoying attacks. He's not an ideal final boss. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. Basically, the way to do it is to hit pillars at him. And you can see that. Now, the best way to do this is to rising strike at him, because that flicks up the pillars and kind of backflips them, and they're more likely to hit him, and they just have a higher angle anyway. And as you can see, he puts his ghosts out. Now, the best way to kill these ghosts is just punch them. Now, these ghosts can go for a walkabout, so if you can, kill the closest one first. Now, Puska's second mechanic is, notice where we hit him before. He will respawn in the same point every time. He respawns in the same spot you hit him last, and he always moves the same direction as you hit him last. And one more thing about Puska, about his mechanics, if you hit him with a pillar before he starts properly moving, he can soft lock. Now, I know this is a very, very bad thing in a boss, but just be aware. Not only does he Not only does he have some natural invincibility frames on his respawn, so any pillar that hits him will just bounce off him, if you hit him too soon before he starts moving, the next cycle, after you kill the ghosts, he will have no momentum, not be able to move, and be invincible, and you will be soft-locked. This has happened to me in a run before. It sucks, but if you're careful with your hits, you can avoid it. You see he respawns in the same spot. Would have guessed he's going to go left. That was a guess by me, but it was an educated guess because I've done this fight about 1 million times. And you can listen for the audio cue. He does a laugh whenever he respawns. And that's the fight. I'm going to show you that one again because I'm going to now show you my optimal strategy, which I'm not sure I've ever revealed on a video, maybe on stream, but on a video, it's never been revealed. But our Puska fight, I'm going to hold right on the control stick, and that's where I'm immediately going to dash. I'm going to immediately kick this one into the middle. That hit works every time. So you dash immediately to the right, you kick that first pillar immediately to the left. Then you line up exactly like this. He'll respawn to our right, and we kick this pillar straight forward because he always moves to the left there, every time. Okay, we killed this guy. And we've got an extra guy over there. That was unfortunate, really, really unfortunate, but I can show off my next lineup. My next lineup is here and slightly to the left. And that may soft lock him, so I may be able to show that off on camera. See, I feel I was a little too early there. We may get a soft lock on the last hit. But that is essentially how I line every shot up. And the last shot, he's going to respawn about where I'm standing, so we can get either of these two back pillars and just kill him here. Provided he doesn't soft lock. Unfortunately, I did miss the hit there. But that is the basic strategy. Oh, that's unfortunate. But now he's in that spot where we could just kind of hit him. So yeah, practice this fight. The first 3 hits are almost perfectly consistent in my opinion. The last hit can be a little tricky. That is how I do the hits. And I guess this is it. Because that, my friends, is the end to my Pitfall tutorial. It's possible I will go over this boss fight and do a more extensive video on it. But I think this is it. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know about any part, anything in the entire run. Just please let me know. I'm all ears. Let me know in the Discord. Let me know in the comments. Any questions you may have. If you're watching this when it comes out, I have another very special video announcement after this. If you're watching this in the future, thank you very much for watching my hopefully full Pitfall tutorial series. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative. Again, as I've said, feel free to ask me any questions in the Discord or in the comments here. But until then, my name's Ripper. Thank you for watching.